On behalf of our co-author, I would like to thank the department for allowing me to present our group work in the morphological evening. My topic of this presentation is, could microRNA profiling predict the risk of recurrence after curative surgery in patient with low-stage melanoma? Melanoma is a cancer that begins in the melanocytes. Melanocytes is located in the epidermis layer of the skin. Although the melanoma accounts for 5% of all skin cancer, it causes most skin cancer-related death. Approximately 20 to 30% of early-stage melanoma patients develop recurrence during their lifetime. In this graph, we can see the estimated number of new melanoma cases in 2020. As you can see, in Europe is next to America, suggesting that the melanoma in Europe is increasing drastically. So melanoma is classified into different stages, from stage 0 to stage 4. From stage 1 to stage 3, surgery is a main mode of treatment, followed by immunotherapy and targeted therapy in stage 3. In stage 4, surgery is followed by radiotherapy, immunotherapy, targeted therapy, and chemotherapy. However, this treatment came at the cost of increased toxicity. Most patients will develop disease recurrence within 5 years of surgery. To predict the cancer recurrence, standard biopsy is the tissue biopsy. Recently, liquid biopsy has gained more importance due to its very quick, comprehensive tissue profiling, easily obtained, minimal pain and risk, and minimal invasive. From liquid biopsy, we can predict the tumor proteins, circulatory tumor DNA, circulatory tumor cells, extracellular vesicle released from the tumor cells, and circulatory tumor RNA and TEP. Our group is mainly focused on identifying the mutation in ctDNA and the expression of microRNA of melanoma, of the plasma of the melanoma patients. In study 1, we hypothesized the detection of BRAF V600 mutation in circulating tumor DNA to predict the recurrence after the curative surgery in melanoma patients. We developed a droplet digital PCR-based approach to identify this BRAF mutated ctDNA in pre-amplified cell-free DNA from patients before and after surgery, as well as the follow-up plasma. The follow-up of our study is isolate the ctDNA from the plasma, go for PCR for amplification, and perform the digital droplet PCR to identify the BRAF mutation in the ctDNA. The result of this study is a total 81 patients were included in this study. Males were 44, female were 37, and the stages from 1 to 3 were considered. Tissue BRAF mutation were detected in 47.2%, whereas BRAF mutation in ctDNA was 37%. The concurrence rate between the tissue BRAF and plasma BRAF was 46%. In this survival graph, the red line represents the wild type BRAF and the blue line represents the mutated one. As you can clearly see this, the wild type BRAF in ctDNA has disease-free survival more compared to the mutation. When you consider the overall survival, the same result is seen. When there is a mutation in the ctDNA, the overall survival is decreased. If it is a wild type, there is an increase in survival. So conclusion is that we demonstrated that BRAF mutation can be successfully detected using newly developed ultra-sensitive technique. Detectable BRAF mutation in ctDNA after surgery is associated with higher risk of recurrence, as well as shorter disease-free survival and overall survival. This study has been submitted to the journal and is under review. In our study 2, we hypothesized that miRNA profiling helps to predict the risk of recurrence after curative surgery in patients with low-stage melanoma. MicroRNA are the short single-stranded RNA molecules with 22 nucleotides. It regulates the gene expression at the post-transcription level. MicroRNA database of Homo sapiens has 1,872 precursors and 2,572 mature microRNA. MicroRNA regulate approximately 60% of all non-coding genes. One microRNA can regulate the different mRNA, whereas different microRNA can regulate one microRNA in post-translation modification. MicroRNA has an important role in melanoma progression. Many microRNAs have been observed to vary in expression when melanoma progression and metastasis. MicroRNAs can be detected in the body fluids such as blood plasma, serum, and exosome of the melanoma patients. Here in this image, you can see the many microRNA are upregulated or downregulated, directly influencing this major signaling pathway in melanoma progression, which helps in the melanoma progression. So the microRNA can be detected by several techniques, such as RT-qPCR, mRNA multiplexing, qPCR array, microarray, and sequencing. RT-PCR is usually used when you have a large samples and you have a minimum microRNA to detect, whereas the sequencing when you have a small samples and you have to detect all the microRNA present in that sample. In our study, we used the RT-qPCR because we have a large patient samples and we have only 23 microRNA to detect from them. So in this study, 22 patients were considered and had a stage of 1, 2, 3. Based on the literature survey, we identified 23 suitable microRNA candidates for our study. These are the microRNA candidates for our study. We isolated microRNA using TaqMan microRNA assay from plasma of patients before and after surgery. We employed RT-qPCR techniques to identify the expression of 23 microRNA from patients' plasma samples, and microRNA 39 was used as an endogenous control. This is the follow-up of our study, flow of our study. First, before surgery, we collect the plasma and isolate the microRNA. Surgery happens. After 1 hour after surgery, we collect the plasma and microRNA is isolated. And this D2, day 3, day 7, till the months is a follow-up experiment. In this project, right now we are in the initial stage and we have performed before surgery and after surgery. In future, we will follow up our experiment with this further days. Once you isolate the microRNA, PCR is performed to get the cDNA, and RT-qPCR is performed to quantify the microRNA expression in the plasma. The results. MicroRNA, there are 23 microRNA we have analyzed before surgery and after surgery. The p-value was calculated between before surgery and after surgery using Wilson paired sign rank test. And out of this, 5 microRNA has a significant p-value. These microRNAs are microRNA 182, 1260, 19A, 21, 145. These microRNAs are overexpressed after surgery or underexpressed. So this expression can be act as a biomarker once the surgery is happened. So increased expression of microRNA was 1260 and microRNA 145. Decreased expression was microRNA 182, 19.8, and 21. In one more, we used 23 microRNA to the preoperative levels of 23 microRNA were studied, and we checked the expression of this microRNA if it is high or low. And when we took the p-value between low and high, we got the significant p-values between these 5 microRNAs. In this disease test interval, we can see that this microRNA has an important role. Once this microRNA expression is low, the disease-free interval is high. Once this microRNA expression is high, the disease-free interval is low. The overall survival also has the same results. When the microRNA expression was low, overall survival, this green line represents the low expression, red line represents the high expression. Once the microRNA expression was low, the disease overall survival was high. And when this microRNA expression was high, the overall survival was low. Based on these preliminary data, we suggest that plasma level of microRNA 182, 19.8, 21, 1260, 145 has the potential to become the useful biomarker for monitoring of disease and detection of cancer recurrence. preoperative plasma level of microRNA 320, 494, 1980, 448, and microRNA 99A and microRNA 1260 are significant prognostic biomarkers for melanoma patients. Our study showed that microRNA signature in plasma may have a utility to predict the recurrence after curative surgery and improve the assessment of the patient progression. Thank you for your attention.